The other night I was hanging out with my little brother, and we were actually playing Super Smash Brothers. And when we finished, it was about time for him to go to bed. And I looked at him and I said, Adam, when you leave, don't go talk to mom and dad about what's for dinner. Don't go ask them about food. You know it's time to go to bed. And I go, if you do, you can't play Super Smash Brothers for a month. And sure enough, he left. He went in the other room. And I had originally told him not to argue with him. And so, but sure enough, he brought it up to him. And they got upset, and he had to go to bed anyway, like always. And I was in the other room with him, praying with him before he went to bed. And I told him, well, there you go, you lost it for a month. And we ended up having this conversation afterwards, and he was arguing that he didn't argue about the technicality of it. And I was like, Adam, it's not about that. It's about the fact that you're adding that stress onto mom and dad. You're, I guess, not trying to be good for them. And you know how they're going to react. And you know you should have eaten earlier. And so we continued to have this conversation, and I was just asking him to try to be better. And I was telling him about how I'd been trying to be better in my anger, and being quick to anger, especially with being home with my little brother. He's my favorite person on this earth. But also, he can drive me nuts sometimes. And I was talking to him about striving for greatness and striving to be better, and how when we do, it builds up the kingdom of heaven. And at a certain point he goes, well, I'll try to be better if you do. And I go, no, it can't be like that. That yes, side by side we can both strive and we can push each other to strive. But it can't be, if you do it, I'll do it. We have to decide on our own that we're going to fight for heroic virtue. And I told him, Adam, when you choose to be better, when I choose to be better and strive, it builds up the kingdom of heaven, and in turn helps each other to strive for that greatness, to grow in virtue. And I told him, I'm going to fail, but I'm going to keep striving, and I'm going to keep striving for that heroic virtue, and all I'm asking is that you do too. And by the end of the conversation, I told him he could play Super Smash Brothers again, because I saw him actually caring. And actually, at a certain point, he was pretty emotional about the fact that he goes, a lot of times I'm just trying to ask a question, but everyone's so stressed out, I never get a yes or no answer. It's only something more. And I go, Adam, that's tough. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that in our stress, we put more stress on you. You're just a 14-year-old kid. But we gotta strive to be better. And I told him, I'm gonna strive to be better in this way. And so what I ask you tonight, what are you striving for? In what ways are you trying to grow? Just this past Saturday, yesterday, I got to see Scott Hahn speak. And one way God really called me on in that is I need to grow my knowledge of the faith. And there's a lot of things I know about, but there's so much more that I can learn. And so I bought 2 of his books. And I'm slowly going to try to learn more, to know more. And that's one way that I'm striving to be better. And so this whole video, and the reason it's called what it's called, is I would dare to love. I would dare to love when I don't feel like loving. People that I don't feel like loving, and situations that I don't feel like loving. I would dare to love myself when I don't feel like loving myself, when I don't feel like I deserve it. And so right now, I want to read you a quote from St. Jose Maria Escriva. He says, you want to know on what our faithfulness is founded. I would say, in broad outline, that it is based on loving God, which makes us overcome all kinds of obstacles: selfishness, pride, tiredness, and patience. A man in love tramples on his own self. He is aware that even when he is loving with all his soul, he doesn't yet know how to love enough. I don't know how to love enough. I need to love more. I need to love those around me more. And I gotta strive for that. Each and every day, how am I gonna grow today? God, what do you want to teach me today? Continue to love as he loves. I will dare to love.